For our third exercise, we're going to be looking at the bars that have 2 chords per bar, and we're going to be adding in on the second and fourth beats either a third of the chord that we're on or a fifth. And I'll tell you just what that means right now. So I'm going to zoom in here once again. Let's just use this bar as an example, E minor 7 flat 5 A7. I'm just going to change those 2 notes to crotchets or to quarter notes, and now I've got beats 2 and 4 that we can add notes to. So I'm going to take my quarter note pen and okay, my target note. This is always the most important thing to think about. What note are you going to when you put a note in here? Okay, so we're going to an A. It wouldn't make that much sense for me to put a really high note up here when I'm going to a low note down here. So typically, you're going to want to put a note in that is a note below the target note, like this G, or a note above the target note, like this B flat. And in this case, both of those notes, G and B flat, are both in this chord, E minor 7 flat 5. So sometimes you don't even need to think about what note is actually in this chord. I can just put a note underneath the target note and it's going to be right. If it's a root note that you're going to, like this is an A on an A7 chord, very often you can just do this and not even need to think about what note you're putting in. So this is really nice. So I'm going to put a G here, and that is going to be the third of this chord, E minor 7 flat 5, and it's going to move very nicely to our A7 chord. So just to save a little bit of time, I'm going to change a couple of these bars here so that we can move through this a little bit quicker. So our target note is D in the next bar, so we're going to put a C here. But now it's an A7 chord, so actually this note needs to be a C sharp. So we'll change it to a C sharp. Okay, and yeah, let's keep going with the thirds. So our target note's a G, so I'll go one note below G and I'll put in an F, and that's the minor third of D minor 7. In this case here, our target note's a C. So we shouldn't keep on going up. We should now go down in some way. We can go above the root, which I think is what I'm going to do here, but we can also go below the root. Just keep in mind, if you choose to go below the root, you need to change it from a B flat to a B. This is something I didn't mention at the top of the lesson, but our key is the key of F. And the key of F, every B is a B flat at the start of the music. So whenever you put a B in, it's going to be a B flat, not a B. So if you want it to be a B, you have to say this is a B by putting in a natural sign. Okay, so I'll grab my pen once again. I think in this case we'll just go D, which is the fifth of G7. Now here we're going up to an F. Don't worry about what note to put in, just put in a note underneath or a note above the target. So that's an E. It's a C minor 7, so I'll change it to an E flat. Zooming out a bit, my next target is B flat, so I'll change to a note above the B flat note. We'll go to a C here. And that's the first line. I'm going to move past this bar for now. And just to save time, I'm going to go through and just change all of these to one note per beat. Alright, so now that I've done that, we have an A. We need to go to a D. So I'll put a note in here. Let's go above the D. Let's try this one, an E. So that works. And now I'm going to a G. Alright, let's go one step above. And now let's use a B this time. Oh, actually no. This bar is a chord on its own, so I should have actually left this and also this bar as I had it before. Okay, so continuing on, we're now at our E minor 7 flat 5 chord. Let's use a B flat to move down to the A, and a C sharp to go up to the D. And now I'll go down to the G. My target's a G, so I'm going to go one note above it, put in an A. Now here's a good case where I could use a B natural. B natural is the third of G7. So I'll go one note below my target, which is a C. I'll put in a B flat, but I'll push the up button and change that to a B natural. And that's what the natural sign looks like, okay? So if you want to change your B flats to Bs, that's the sign that you'll put in. Continuing on, I'll put a G in here to go down to our F. And now I've got to look at what's my target note. It's a B flat in the next bar, so I can go to an A, or I can go to a C above. Let's just do an A. An A will work nicely. We'll ignore this bar, we'll move on to this one. 2 chords per bar, so I'll grab my pen. I'm going down to a D. So, yeah, let's do an E. An E will be good. And let's do an F sharp down here. F sharp is the major third of this chord. So we'll put an F in. We want to go to a G, but I'll push the up button and make it an F sharp. And once again, you won't push an up button, you'll just write in a sharp with your pencil on your piece of paper. And so now we've got G minor 7. Let's just put in a B flat to get to C7. And here's a nice one. We're going to a low F. I'm actually going to use a low E, which will be the open E on my bass. That's a really nice note to use. It's the lowest note that I have on my bass and that you'll have on your bass. So we'll do that. All of these we'll just ignore for the moment because they're 1 chord per bar. So we'll jump forward to this bar, G minor 7, C7. Zoom in on that. And I'm going to a C. So let's do a D. That'll work. And I'm going to look ahead. I'm going to a high F. So I want to go either to an E or to a G. E or a G. Both will work. Let's do an E. Alright, so I'll put an E in there. We'll ignore this bar. And once again, we're back to our E minor 7 flat 5 chord. Let's do a G. I think I did a B flat last time. We'll do a G here. And, well, yeah, alright, let's go down to a C sharp. This is kind of a nice little jump. We'll put in a C and make it a C sharp. Let's go an A, just for a little bit of a change here. And let's do a B natural here, an E flat here. And what's my target note for the next bar? My target note's a B flat, so I'm going to go up to an A. That's going to be good. And now we've got A minor 7, D7, so I'll put in an E, and I'm going to a G here, so I'll put in an A. Let's do a D, and let's do a G to go down to that F. And that should do it for this exercise. So we've added in a little bit of a walking line, just a little bit. And now I'll see you for exercise 4.